Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. It's your host welcoming you to the Cricket Happening Show. This on a Sunday on 18th of December 2022. So, what I'm going to look at in today's match, today's Cricket Happening Show rather, is going to be India winning the first Test match against Bangladesh by 188 runs, a massive margin at that. Australia and South Africa, can you believe it? In 2 days' time, with 19 wickets falling on the second day at the Gabba in Brisbane, the match is all done and dusted. The first Test match has been won by the Aussies by 6 wickets against South Africa. And the other one, Pakistan versus England. Well, we once again saw the bright star of English cricket, Harry Brook stroke, is the third consecutive century of his of his not only his test career but also in the test series. 3 centuries on the trot to Harry Brook, the brightest star on the English circuit, and he made 111 runs with England actually taking the lead, a slender lead at that. But nevertheless, it is going to be something which is going to be of real importance on the and when the outcome of this particular match comes out. Well, so and also just the news that is coming in. Just right now, I see that New Zealand have actually named their team for the tour of India and Pakistan. And I think, if you all know, Kane Williamson will be captaining against India, but Tim Southee will be taking the reins on the tour of Pakistan, I reckon. Or, I mean, I'm not told you rightly, but definitely Kane Williamson is going to take care of the tour of India. And there is a new face by the name Shipley, who I'm told is a very hard-hitting lower all-rounder, and basically he's a bowler, but he can also bat, and he has been included in the squad. So that is something, if time permitting, we will go through that. But we will have a look at all the Test matches now. I'm first taking you to the most exciting one, the mouth-watering battle: South Africa versus Australia. So yesterday, as I said, 19 wickets falling on the day had a big bearing on the match, actually finishing off in just 2 days. So Australia resuming their overnight score with Travis Head in the middle and Cameron Green, but it was not something that really continued. The only thing that I could say here is that Travis Head definitely missed his century, but he also ran out of partners as Cameron Green was out for 18. Yes, Alex Carey was there at the crease. Alex Carey was the one who was not out on 22, and Cameron Green was out for 18 of the bowling of Hansen. A very good catch taken by Sarah Lerby, and as far as the and after that Rabada slowly really coming back to clean up the tail when he dismissed Pat Cummins and Ethan Lyon for a duck. Mitchell Stark made 14 runs, was cotton bowl Nigiri, but Travis said after making 92 valuable runs, he was the man of the match. So you know that this particular score that Travis said made was the highest score in this particular match: 13 fours and 1 6, and the Aussies had definitely taken the lead. So that was a good thing for the Aussies, which really helped them. And once again, winning the toss was something that was a real boon for them on this particular pitch, which was a bit uneven, one could say, and with certain balls actually rearing up and even hitting the players on their anatomy as well. And Dean Elgar, the South African captain, has definitely come very strongly against this pitch by saying that this pitch was not really test standard because of the way it was actually behaving. Now that has become an issue, a debate, but that is something that ICC has to really look at. But nevertheless, Pat Cummins, the Australian skipper, was in fact thinking otherwise. He was in stark contrast to what Dean Elgar said. So that's interesting. As you know, this battle between South Africa and Australia is a mouth-watering battle, and there is definitely a lot of needle going on as well. 218 all out, so that gave them a very handy lead, one could call under the circumstances. 218, so almost a lead of more than 50, 60 odd runs. Well, so Kagiso Rabada had 4 wickets for 76, 3 wickets for Marco Hansen. Now, South Africa in their second leg, one thought probably they would put up a better performance, but again, as I said, there was a bit of uneven bounce on this pitch, which really had. If you look at the scorecard, if you look at it again, Pat Cummins bowled in the right areas, and as a captain, his figures were really looking very good. 12.4 overs, 3 maidens, 42 runs and 5 wickets to his name. Mitchell Stark really showed how he could actually swing the ball at some real pace. 11 3, 26 runs and 2 wickets to him. Scott Boland, as usual, doing his job for his team. 8 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 14, and Nathan Lyon chipping it with 1 wicket for 17. And the South Africans were bowled out for just 99 runs, thus setting a measly target for the Aussies of getting 34 runs for a win. Let's having a look at the South African card here. Does not make any happy reading. Sarah Lerby was out for 3, Elgar 2, Rassie Anderson lost his stumps to Mitchell Stark for not. And the only 2 players who really stuck it out was Temba Bavuma once again, as he did it in the first innings, along with the other partner Kaya Zondo, who definitely was showing some very good defensive skills against this Aussie, against this really very powerful Aussie pace attack, and Kaya Zondo carried, he was there till the end, not out on 36 in a score of 99. Bauma contributing 29 before being a victim of the bowling of Nathan Lyon. So that was a partnership which took them from, I believe, they're 5 for 3, and it came to 47. Hansen was bowled by Boland for a duck. Vereen, who played very well in the first innings, was out for a blob. Maharaj made 16, 3 boundaries. Rabada 3, Nokia duck, Lungi Giri, and it was a very quick wrap up by the Aussies. And as I said, all the South African wickets falling for just 99 runs. Now, it was the turn of the Aussies to hit 34, and if anyone would have thought that it was easy breezy, they got it all wrong. I said there was some uneven bounce. We could see that. Usman Khwaja was out for 2. Now, Rabada was an absolute fire. He took 4 wickets in the first innings. He went on to take all the 4 wickets that fell for Australia, with Australia winning by 6 wickets. Usman Khwaja out for 2. Caught Maharaj, bowled Rabada for 12. David Warner once again nicked a delivery from Rabada into the hands of Verby. He was also a goner for 3, probably thinking that the score is very less. And Manus Labuschagne was not out on 5. Stephen Smith fell a victim to the bowling of Rabada. Probably the ball bouncing more than what Stephen Smith would have expected. Travis Head, the first innings hero, was out for a blob of the very first delivery, as it was a decision where Head was trying to play it down the leg side, and it took the inside edge, in taking the catch. And at the end, finally, the victory came with 4 wickets lost for the Aussies. Labuschagne was not out on 5. Cameron Green was yet to score, and that was the end of the first Test match at the Gabba in Brisbane. And as I said, there are some sparks flying right now about whether this pitch was really conducive for Test cricket, especially Dean Elgar coming up very strongly, saying that he didn't feel that this would have really be in a very good Test pitch. Well, I understand, yes, and if you look at the way things panned out, and in the matter, look at the way the Test match finished in 2 days flat. The match is all done and dusted, and now these 2 teams will have some well-earned rest. I think South Africans will go to that drawing board basically, but they will have some enough rest as the Boxing Day test on 26th of December after Christmas. Though the teams will be absolutely fresh and they'll be clashing at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is the traditional Boxing Day test match that takes place in Australia. Boxing Day, 26th of December, Australia and South Africa will play the second test match. But one thing that I would like to say here, yes, the pitch was a bit dicey, no doubt about it. There were balls rearing up, there were balls hitting the anatomy of the batsman, taking the batsman by an absolute surprise. So it'll be interesting to see what ICC really comes up with as to whether they might probably send their team to the Gabba in Brisbane and they might have a look at it, probably trying to determine whether this particular Brisbane test pitch actually really, and also one more thing that I would like to share, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, is that all the cricketing experts like Ricky Ponting on Channel 7 and the other cricket, all the seasoned cricket players who have actually played, the former cricket players of Australia, they themselves have said that they have never seen as green a pitch as this at the Gabba in Brisbane. So let's keep our fingers crossed and let's see what ICC comes up with. So that is Australia, South Africa. The next match that we are talking about, I take you down to India v Bangladesh. It was a massive win for India in the final analysis. They won by 188 runs. I knew that India would probably go and win this test match, but it was a matter of whether what type of fight Bangladesh would be in a position to put. They put up a good fight, but again, the Indians totally wrapped it up with the man of the match, Kuldeep Yadav, picking up 3 wickets, and Akshar Patel picking up 4 for 77. But Shakib Al Hasan really entertained the Bangladeshi crowd by going really hard against the Indian spinners, making 84, 6 4s and 6 6s. So it was a really a sort of a very attractive knock from Shakib Al Hasan, running out of partners. He tried his best. But all that Bangladesh could do was they were bowled out for 324. In the end, it was a 188 runs win for India against Bangladesh in the first Test match. So this is a 2-match series. India has definitely taken the upper hand. And also, one more thing that I would like to say for Bangladesh, the big gain in this particular Test match has been the batting of the young Zakir Hussain, who got his maiden Test done. Now we shift our attention to our neighbors, Pakistan, where it was the third test, and we are talking about day two. Day two, it was England resuming at 7 for none, and thanks to Harry Brook. Now, Harry Brook, as you know, he makes batting look pretty easy. He's a very sweet timer of the ball, and no balls can really worry him. The ball is a bit short. Even if you ball it a fraction short, Harry Brook will just pick up on you and he'll slam it to the fence or over the fence. Such is his sort of command over the short balls, and over and above that, he has all the strokes in the repertoire, whether it is the offside or the onside, or it is going straight over the bowler's head, and that's what Harry Brook does best. And as I said, he's the brightest English star on the circuit. I've already mentioned it that I'm looking at him being the highest signing in the Indian Premier League 2023. So whichever team gets Harry Brook, I am telling you that they are going to benefit hugely from this. And I'm sure each and every franchisee in Indian Premier League 2023 is willing to put the money out of their pockets to get Harry Brook into the lineup. England 354. So definitely they took the lead. So once again, they are taking the lead in this particular test match. And looking at the England card, Harry Brook was definitely the cynosure of all eyes. His third century on the trot. and 3 centuries he has reeled off in this Test series. He's already on to a big record, no doubt. He's already broken, I think, Cook's record, I suppose, Alistair Cook's record, the former captain. And Mohammad Wasim made his debut for Pakistan. England, Zach Crawley the other day was out for naught. Ben Duckett making 26 with 1 4 and 1 6. And also, it was very good to even so Ben Stokes made 26, and he was caught in a terrible mix-up. Ben Stokes. It was good to see Ben Stokes really giving that confidence to his younger partner by telling that please don't worry. He showed the thumbs up sign to probably give Harry Brook the confidence that you're not guilty of my run out, and you take over. And that's what precisely Harry Brook did. He went on to slam 111 of 150 deliveries with 8 4s and 3 6s. Zach Crawley not, Ben Duckett 26. Ollie Pope contributed a very good 51 with 4 boundaries. Joe Root was out for a duck. He was out of the very first ball of the bowling of Nauman Ali. And that was a big wicket for them. He was on the forward press, and the ball scooped up, and it was taken by Aga Salman. So he was gone. Harry Brook, I've already spoken about what he can do best. As I said, to me, not only in the world cricket scene, I think Harry Brook is the best thing to happen now. Ben Stokes, 26, ran out. Ben Foakes, it was good to see Ben Foakes getting his third 50 of his Test career, and a very brief Test career, which has been riddled by a bit of injuries and being out of the team as well. But we know that Ben Foakes is the best wicketkeeper that England has in England right now. 350s, yeah, and he has 2 centuries as well. So Ben Foakes making a big contribution after Harry Brook's dismissal, making 64 with 6 boundaries. Rehan Ahmed was out for 1, but I was very, very pleased with the way the tail wagged for England, with Mark Wood contributing 35, 4, and very valuable runs at that. And this was what enabled England to actually take the lead in the first innings. Look at the way Mark Wood played: 35, 4 boundaries, and Robinson 29 with 5 boundaries. Leach was not out on 9, and 354 is the final tally. And so that definitely meant that it was a lead, probably close to 50 runs for the Englishman. Abrar Ahmed 4 for 150. They had to toil very hard there. The left arm swimmer Nauman Ali 4 for 126, 1 for 70, 1 for Mohammad Wasim, who was making his debut, got his maiden Test wicket, and Pakistan at close had wiped off 21 runs of the lead that they had to wipe off, because, as I said, they are still in arrears. No doubt about it. They are trailing by 29 runs in the final Test match. England will definitely be looking at getting a very good. I mean, definitely looking like chasing. But on the last day, how this pitch behaves will be really left to question, because, as you know, with all the wear and tear, Abrar Ahmed and Nauman Ali would not be very easy to deal with. But if probably the baseball cricket really comes to the fore for England in their chase, that would be pretty interesting to watch what really happens. Shafiq was not out on 14 with 2 boundaries. Shan Masood was not out on 3. And that was the end of day 3 in the final Test match between England and Pakistan, with Pakistan trailing by 29 runs. So only 2 days have gone by. So we are probably looking at a very interesting prospect coming up tomorrow. So it really gives me time here to really go back and talk about the New Zealand actually naming their squad for the tour of India and Pakistan. Kane Williamson will be the captain only for the ODIs, and Tim Sow, the Pakistan ODIs, he will be the captain. But on the Test tour, it will be Kane Williamson who will be leading the side. Tom Latham will be the captain for the India ODIs. Finn Allen, Michael Bracewell. I'm looking at Michael Bracewell. I thought Michael Bracewell should get more opportunities. Yes, India and Pakistan both play spin very well. It'll be very interesting to see if Michael Bracewell can really do something on the Indian and Pakistani pitches, according to me. Mark Chapman, another good player. He has been selected only for the India ODIs. Devon Conway, we all know what a great talent he is for New Zealand. Jacob Duffy will only play in the ODIs against India. Lockie Ferguson, Matt Henry, Adam Min, Daniel Mitchell, Henry Nichols, Glenn Phillips, Mitchell Sant. But the new kid on the block would be Henry Shipley, who has been really knocking on the door of New Zealand cricket, I'm told, with his way he has been bowling. I'm told he's a very tall and a very well built personality. And he also hits the deck very hard. And he's also coming on the heels of a hat trick that he took for Canterbury, I suppose, in the New Zealand Cricket League. In the New Zealand Cricket League, he has taken a. I'm told he has taken a hat trick. Yes, he took again. He took a hat trick in the Ford Trophy opener for Canterbury against Wellington. So it would be good to see him. So Henry Shipley, I'm told, not only he's a very good bowler, but he's also a very hard-hitting lower order batsman. So it will be interesting. So he has been included in both the versions for the India and the Pakistan tours. And East Sodhi is also there. So definitely, New Zealand, I think, have really kept a real eye on the subcontinent. That they know they are going to India and Pakistan, where they have good players of spin, and besides, the ball can also turn. They know that India and Pakistan might prepare wickets that might turn, and the New Zealand have really stocked their team with lots of spinners. That's very interesting, according to me. Well, dear fans and subscribers, absolute pleasure bringing you this cricket show as I normally do, and looking forward to your company probably now in the next week on a Saturday, unless and until something changes and I suddenly pop in and come up with this cricket happenings. You could probably get a surprise. Well, or something sensational happens on the world cricket scene. Probably I might have a sneak peek. Well, dear fans and subscribers, with this being said, it's about time for me to go and hit the wind down, but wind up this particular cricket show by bidding you all a big goodbye. Thank you.